Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of the review. So the game is back in color for some reason, and I may or may have not forgotten about the fact that I was making this review. So I started streaming it, trying to catch every Pokemon, so please ignore the little freak in the corner. I think last time I basically talked about this forest in its entirety, so I'm just going to skip to the end. Now I'm going to be honest, I can't remember what this town was called, but it has the first gym, and you know, thinking about it, they really did put a lot of thought into the gyms. At a glance, Rock is a bit of an interesting type to pick, but then you realize 2 of the 3 starters are strong against it, and 1 of the 2 requires a bit of grind to be strong against it. So it's kind of like a easy, medium, and hard. Now the gym battles are interesting in the sense that they're literally a skill check. Also for the majority of the game, you do have to do them to go to different areas. If they were going to have the whole back and forth thing from the start, then it should have been in this town. Because having you go somewhere and then come back to do the gym so you can go forward from a different place, I think just makes a lot more sense. So I wander around the town and go back to the patch of grass. So yeah, even though I was trying to catch every Pokemon, I think there's a tiny elephant I need to address. Grinding. Now I'm sure this is a take colder than a frog's blood, but grinding for progression is not fun. You'll see in the footage later that I'll fight a certain trainer bunch because I could never get past the Sandshrew. And yeah, I was not having fun that entire time. All I would do is just fight the trainer, lose. Fight the trainer, lose. It's not fun. It's not fun. And that's like the majority of this game. And I know this is a small thing to get hung up on, but stuff like this makes me wonder how this game got as big as it did today. And the game has so much little stuff like this we haven't even got to. Like, oh, why? Why?
Is this chud even worth my time? I kind of have to.
Oh, hey, look, I caught a rat. Man, what completing the Pokédex does to someone. It appears I got in the spot for a while, and you know, I think the fact that this footage is sped up by 600% should just tell you how slow these battles can get. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous on how slow they can get, especially with how often your Pokemon will just miss. It's crazy. I forgot to talk about Pidgey last video, so I guess I'll just talk about it right now, and it's just a bird. Yep, I kind of don't even want to rank them anymore. If most of the Pokemon are just going to be literal animals. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having some just be literal animals, but I feel like half of this roster right now is literal animals. Realistically, I could get this review done all in one video if YouTube was my only hobby and if I wasn't trying to do it in a Let's Play-esque style. This game really isn't that long if you remove the grinding parts. Also, I would like to know, do you guys prefer the Let's Play-esque style of review, or do you just want me to do like a regular, like maybe 30-minute review? Honestly, I feel like the regular 30-minute review might be a little easier, but I don't know. Having an excuse to play these games again is kind of nice. I finally go and enter the gym, and instead of skipping straight to the leader, I fought this random kid, and oh, look, a Diglett. Oh my gosh, this thing annihilated Carr. It looks like I'm still trying to get a Butterfree. When will I realize that that's not going to work? Hopefully soon. Now, I know I was using the speed up function. I wasn't paying attention too much for reasons I'm tired of mentioning. Anyways, you already know how this ends.
Please end my run. Do it.
I then proceed to grind for the same outcome for about 10 minutes, and yikes. I guess I'll talk about Diglett and Sandshrew now. Diglett in concept could be interesting, but in practice, it's just phallic, and also Weedle did the funny nose thing first. Sandshrew, on the other hand, is a lot more interesting with the fact that it's just not that common of an animal. For a long time, I didn't even know what a shrew was. Yeah, either way, I find Sandshrew cute, I like it. You know, one aspect of Pokemon I really like is the whole creature catching thing. I know Pokemon isn't the first to do it, but it is definitely the most accessible. You catch a monster, keep it, get a wiki page about it, and done. Well, I guess you can use it in any fight, but in a way it's almost sandbox-like with all the combos that you can pick with moves and Pokemon. Also, mildly unrelated, but what are the ethics of keeping these things in boxes for all of eternity? I mean, I know Black and White touched on this briefly, but it was more about how Pokemon are used and not how they're kept inside boxes for all of eternity. Like, these are like digitized storage spaces. I'd imagine that they're like stasis chambers, like they don't think or feel anything until you bring them out, which is kind of weird. I feel like that's really wrong morally. I get that you're not meant to think too deeply about this stuff, but it's such an obvious question. I'm sure even people back then were asking this. And now it appears I'm on my first attempt of Brock. It's an interesting first boss, as I said a while ago. I think Onyx also serves as another hey, all because they look strong doesn't mean they are moment. On another note, Geodude kinda looks like a head of lettuce. At least the sprite does. There's my Geodude ranking.
Calm down, Yellow. We're your friends.
Shut up, Susie. I'll kill me.
Wait, this is my attempt? Oh my goodness, Brock is so easy, like... and there I go. Stumbling around again. Also Metapod evolved, I guess.
Woohoo! He's becoming a beautiful bard. Geodude is known for his high defense. Is this a reference to something?
Finally, time for the next route, and it's Auto Trainers. Okay. Really? A bug catcher? Why are we still letting bug catchers out here? They should have stopped appearing past Brock's gym. Why are they here? I mean, it's cool that he's apparently from Viridian Forest, but after I spend about 4 minutes fighting a bug catcher, I run back to the Pokemon Center and... okay, yeah, I can't even dock the game for this, but that damn sure ain't gonna stop me about complaining. You know how annoying it is to go back and forth like this? Just for a heal? Like, oh my gosh. I know I can buy potions, but money's pretty limited, and I would rather spend it on Pokeballs, so that way I can catch all the Pokemon. That's all my footage? It was just boring trainer battles? Okay, I guess I'll go get more.
One eternity later.
Oh, and now the game is blue. Okay, sure.
Why are you blue?
Yeah, I know, I'm making this grayscale for y'all. There's no way this ain't an eyesore. Oh, a battle, okay. I'm just gonna skip that. Now here's an interesting locale, Mount Moon. Actually it's interesting if you ignore the Zubat. You can find trainers in some pretty clever spots, I guess. And not to mention, if you know where to go, you can just get to the end pretty quickly. Pretty easy if you just ignore. Okay, yeah, okay, something I want to address now is random encounters in caves. It's just not fun. Like, it just straight up sucks. I'm so glad that we abandoned this. Even if it took 20 years. Anyway, this is where we're introduced to Team Rocket, the bad guys, and oh my god, is that a whip? Yeah, no, this game makes it very clear that these dudes are bad. Well, if they were any difficult. So, yeah. After that, I battle what is literally a chud. Finally, I'm out of that stupid cave. It was kind of fun at first, but that back and forth was just getting annoying. Worse than the previous route. I also do find it a little weird that this route is a one-way trip. Like, once you enter the city, you're not going back. Like, if you just forgot to get a Clefairy or the Moonstone, well, you're just never getting one for the rest of the game. Or I guess until you unlock Fly, but might as well be for the rest of the game. Anyways, next is the Blue Fight and the Golden Bridge, which is just another line full of trainers. But, I mean, hey, at least you get a nugget from it. But, like... there's more trainers after this on the way to Bill. Like, oh my gosh. At least we get to see someone fuse themselves with a Pokemon. Wait, no, not at least. That's awful. Wait, why was this never expanded upon? Like, ever. Was this ever expanded upon? I don't remember if it was. I know they've expanded upon Pokemon fusing with each other, which is an interesting concept. But fusing people with Pokemon, I don't think they've ever done that. Anyways, he gave us a ticket to the SSN, and now it's time to fight the gym leader, Misty. She is a water specialist. Man, I wonder how people that pick Charmander feel. It must be brutal. Her team is completely weak to ours, so, yeah. Nothing to know. Well, that's kind of a boring note to end on. I guess I'll stop the video here then. Tune in next time for part 3. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.